To bring you live remarks from Mayor Lori Lightfoot in Chicago. She has stepped up to the stage at her headquarters again in Chicago. Here's that.
So much. I feel a lot of love in this room, as I've felt every step of the way on this journey. I've called Brandon Johnson and Paul Vallas to congratulate them on their victories in advancing to the runoffs. We were fierce competitors in these last few months, but I will be rooting and praying for our next mayor to deliver for the people of the city for years to come.
You're a class act, May.
Thank you. 4 years ago, I looked into the camera and spoke directly to young people of color who look like me, and to every kid who felt like I did when I grew up. And I'm going to do that again tonight. I told you back then that anything is possible with hard work. And I want you to know that no matter what happens along the way, you should always believe that, because it's true. Believe that you can bring about change. Believe that you matter. And believe that you can love who you want to love and do what you want to do and be who you want to be. You will not be defined by how you fall. You will be defined by how hard you work and how much you do good for other people. Obviously, we didn't win the election today, but I stand here with my head held high and a heart full of gratitude. I am grateful to the millions of Chicagoans who came together as we made tough decisions, saw the struggles of our frontline workers, and beat back a deadly pandemic. I'm grateful that we worked together to remove a record number of guns off our streets, reduced homicides, and started making real progress on public safety. I'm grateful that we were able to connect youth to mental health services, housing, education, job training, and legal services. I'm extraordinarily proud that we made investments in communities that have been neglected for decades with Invest Southwest. And putting over $2.2 billion into communities in our neighborhoods. That commitment simply must continue. And I'm proud of the fact that we will deliver on the city's largest ever investments in affordable housing. Yes. And to achieve record investments in our public schools, adding school, social workers, nurses, and special education case managers. Yes. And you better believe I am grateful that we took on the machine and entrenched forces that held this city back for far too long. And regardless of tonight's outcome, we fought the right fights and we put this city on a better path. No doubt about it. Now, as we all know in life, in the end, you don't always win every battle, but you never regret taking on the powerful and bringing in the light. To my friends across the country and my fellow mayors, never fear being brave and bold. I have always believed that when a door closes, another one opens, and so it will be for me and Amy and Viv. Thank you to my family for inspiring me. My love of my wife, our daughter, and the rest of my family grows and grows, and they have always stood by me through thick and thin, and tonight is no different. Thank you, honey. Thank you. Thank you to our campaign team, the best in the business, no doubt. And I want to say a special thanks to our incredible volunteers who did tremendous work connecting us with voters and making the case for me every day all over this city.
We love you.
And to my friends in organized labor, thanks for your commitments and support. And being with me and being together on the battles that we fought on behalf of working Chicagoans. That work must continue. I am honored to have been a partner in the work, which, as I said, must continue. I'm eternally grateful to everyone who gave us their time, support, and money and prayers. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. God bless you. God bless this incredible city. It's been the honor of a lifetime to be mayor. There's more work to do, and I just want to say thank you all deeply, deeply from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all.
All right, Chicago's Mayor Lori Lightfoot there being embraced by her sister and also her wife. And she has conceded. She was defeated in the election. And her other candidates, Brandon Johnson, as she said, according to Mayor Lightfoot, as you just heard there, and also Paul Vallas, the former CPS CEO, have both advanced to the runoff election for Chicago mayor. That election, that runoff, will take place on April 4th. Let's go ahead and continue to listen in a bit here at this watch party. All right, now Lightfoot was the first Black woman and first openly gay person to lead the city of Chicago. Now, her opponents included Brandon Johnson, who advances. He is a Cook County commissioner endorsed by the Chicago Teachers Union. And I also mentioned Paul Vallas, who is the former CPS CEO. Now, Lightfoot becomes the first mayor in Chicago, incumbents to not advance and be reelected in a few decades. Likely disappointing for her, but she, as you heard, said that this was an honor for her. Meantime, there are also many people gathered at the headquarters of Paul Vallas. Let's go ahead and take you there live right now. It looks like he has just walked up to the podium there. Let's go ahead and listen in to his remarks.
Thank you so much. Before I came to the hall, and please listen, and please listen to me carefully. Before I came to the hall, before before I came to the hall, I received a call from Mayor Lightfoot congratulating me on being in the runoff. Let's give her a round of applause, because it takes a lot of courage to run for mayor, and it's one of the toughest jobs. So I want to congratulate her on her service. Please, let's give her a round of applause. Well, let me just tell you, I haven't been this happy since my son returned from Afghanistan. And I want to thank you all, old friends and new, for joining this campaign. It's because of you we are in the second round. And I want to thank the voters of Chicago for making this campaign about the issues and nothing but the issues. I am running for mayor to bring to the city the type of leadership the city needs. But it's not a solo act. In all of my great public service challenges, from budget director under Mayor Daley to running the Chicago Public Schools when Bill Clinton called the schools a model for the nation, to going to Philadelphia, to rebuilding an entire school system in New Orleans after Katrina, to the work that I have done abroad. To the work that I have done abroad in earthquake-ravaged Haiti and Chile. I've had success because I've always had the good sense to listen to the community, to empower the community, and draw my leadership from the community. Public safety is the fundamental right of every American. It is a civil right. And it is the principal responsibility of government. And we will have a safe Chicago. We will make Chicago the safest city in America. And it will not only come from providing the police with the resources and the support they need, but from building the bond between the police department and the community. So we have true community policing in the greatest sense of the word. Because the police can only be as effective as the community that they work with. And I will support our law enforcement officers, but I will also support and have a zero tolerance when it comes to violating the law or violating the Constitution. And this is coming from a family of 4 police officers, including my wife. Look, public safety is the overriding issue, but we will not have true public safety in this city until the schools become part of the public safety solution. And that means we need to have the type of educational quality and educational opportunities so that we can provide for a future for all of Chicago's residents, regardless of their income, regardless of their zip codes. And that means that our schools need to be returned to the community. The money needs to follow the kids back into the community. And our schools need to be open through the evening, through the weekends, during the holidays, through the summer. And we need to bring the community into the schools, the faith-based organizations into the schools, the park districts into the schools, so we have programs and supports for our children, and we can keep them in safe and secure environments. And finally, I will not be a successful mayor. I will not be a successful mayor until I reverse the generations of disinvestment in Chicago's ports communities. And there is a pathway to accomplish that, which I have articulated for this generation. No more promises. We need to deliver. Because if our city is to grow and prosper, if our city is to grow the middle class and keep the middle class, we have got to invest in those communities that have long been neglected. And we've got to invest so that we are helping those individuals within those communities secure ownership and accumulate wealth. That's what local empowerment is about. So ultimately, that will be on my epitaph, because we need to address the underlying causes of the problems that the city faces, and we have to invest in those long neglected communities. I am a lifelong Democrat. And for some of you who remember, one of the most dynamic progressive legislators, Dawn Clark Netsch, she was my mentor and my boss and my friend for 2 decades. And she taught me the importance of protecting a woman's right to choose. And she gave me an appreciation of supporting and respecting all communities. Which is why, when I ran against Rob Blagojevich in 2020, I supported marriage equality when they called it gay marriage. You cannot erase the record. Public service is in my DNA. I am the grandson of Greek American immigrants. Six who are veterans, including myself and my 2 sons, and my father. I am the father of 2 police officers, one who has become a firefighter because he needs a more predictable work schedule. I've told people when they say, how hard are you working? I said, well, I'm almost working as hard as our rank and file police officers. But also, 2 firefighters in our family and 3 teachers. We are a family of public servants. I have never thought of doing anything else. My pledge to you is that I'm running for mayor to be the mayor of all Chicago. When people tell me that this used to be the city that works and it doesn't work anymore, I'll tell you, this city has never really been the city that works for everyone. But it will be when I am mayor. So tomorrow, I'm on the road, early morning, 5 weeks to the finish line. I said I was going to run an issue-oriented campaign, and nothing's going to stop me. But I can't do it without your help. Are you with me? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I just want to say this. God bless each and every one of you for participating in this journey. Let's stay vigilant. We've got 5 weeks to go, and with your help, we will be successful. And I want to say this. I want to thank my wife for sacrificing her life to my career choices. I'll give her a hug as soon as I complete my remarks. That's right. But thank you so much. God bless each and every one of you. And I'll see you at the finish line.
All right, a very enthusiastic Paul Vallas making remarks there at his watch party. He advances to the runoff election scheduled for April 4th, along with his challenger, Brandon Johnson. Now, they have both ousted incumbent Lori Lightfoot. She will not get a second term as the mayor of Chicago. Now, Vallas is a former CEO of Chicago Public Schools. He is backed by the police union and Johnson is endorsed by the Chicago Teachers Union.